Hey everyone, welcome back to the OBEE. That's the Out of Body Experience Experiment. I am your daily host and scientist, Ryan Stanley. Today is day 22 of the experiment. I'm going to make this brief because I'm also going to show you my visualization on this video. I talked about doing that a couple episodes ago, a couple days ago, and I plan to do it today. That being said, real quick recap, nothing new last night. I went to bed relatively early, went to bed around 9:30 or so, well, maybe 10, looking to get a good night's sleep. Woke up automatically, like right around 3:30, quarter to 4, and decided that was an opportunity to get up and do some switch it over. See, I hadn't had any out of body experience yet, so I went into the guest room. This time I did put on the binaural beats. I did put on the blindfold. I listened to the binaural beats for about 45 minutes and kind of drifted in and out, but nothing in particular came to fruition. That's where we are, day 22. I think I gotta be honest, I was super excited after the lucid dream from yesterday. So maybe my expectations were too high, but that's where I was this morning. Give it a shot. Nothing in particular happened. In fact, I couldn't sleep with the binaural beats on a little bit. I would drift off here and there, but finally, once I took them off, I was able to roll over. And I hoped just by going to sleep then, that I would drift into some sort of an out of body experience, but yet to occur. On to tomorrow. But in the meantime, I've talked a lot about how when I'm in my bed, I'm visualizing something else, what I visualize, and that it happens to be this room. And I'm going to show you a video real quick right now of what it looks like. But basically, I start over here and I kind of work my way up the shelves, and then I move across the room, and then I kind of work my way up that shelf as well. And I'll give you the details in a second. But really just focusing in what the environment looks like, feels like, sounds like even, what the textures are and all the different things that I touch. So this way, when I am lying there in bed, I'm able to truly be here as much as possible. So I'll show you what that looks like right now. Okay, so I always start off like just pulling these closed, right? So as far as envisioning things, I was just I can see myself in the reflection there and the things. I imagine my hands holding on to these. Usually I do it with two hands, but since I'm holding the phone, I can't do that. Two hands. I close this, and then I immediately move over to the left here, right? And I go down, and I physically feel what it's like to kind of turn on this lamp. I then pick up this, and I can feel the weight of it in my hands. I'm doing this visualization, so I do all this before I go to bed. But then when I'm lying in bed, this is what I imagine myself doing. This is something I actually made when I was a freshman in high school. So I turn it over. Oh, in the vision, I always see my initials there. I see this sharp edge along the side, and I feel it. And I put it back, and then I slowly just kind of feel this way the whole way up, and I slide in here. I remember looking at all these different videos. These different books. And then I take this and I pick it up and I look inside. This is where I kind of just keep some headphones and some cords and stuff. I see like the blackened side, and usually again I'm holding this with two hands, but I can feel all the indents of this pottery. I put it down, and then I glance at this elephant, and then I come back and I move back up again, and then I pick up this salt lamp. I feel the weight of it. And so here I am, I'm practicing feeling all these different things. I put my fingers over here. I kind of feel the sharpness of the top of these little metal pieces here. I pick up some of these rocks, and I feel what the salt, Himalayan salt, feels like in my hand. I see what's behind it there. Man holding the weight of the world, and a couple. And then I go over here, and so this is a book that I wrote. Obviously, we've talked about it before, but so I feel my fingers on this. Actually, it's kind of got a cool feeling. I don't know what it's made of, but it feels it's softer. And then the elephant, right? That this is, you can tell that it's here. It's rigid, so I'm putting my hands over this, so I remember what this feels like. And then I come down here, and I always bang my finger. I bang my ring against that as just a remembrance. All this stuff to remind me why I'm here. It's very texture. I'm trying to use my five senses while I'm here. And then I scroll up to this top shelf. I recognize some books that I like. I was thinking about Andy Kaufman there as a guy that really lived on purpose and kind of created a life. Then again, here's the hard copy of my book, and so I always move that out of the way to reveal a clock. Happens to be 4:44, and then I look at the clock and I memorize that, and then I put the book back. I also know how the book feels, and so I'm memorizing all this as I kind of go. And I do this every night before I leave the office to go to bed, and then when I'm lying in bed, I feel it fresh. And then as I'm kind of coming across here, I zip past here and go over to the other side, where I immediately, I can feel just the power of turning this lamp back on. I look in here, I see, and I always, this is, so now, by the way, I did all that with my left hand, and typically I do. Now that I'm on this side, I move to my right hand. I take out this record, which is a Fish record, Billy Breathes. I look at it, something I've seen a bunch of times before, so I kind of have it memorized anyway. I flip it over, I look at the back, and then put it back, and I know what it looks like in here. There's another album. There's one more open. There's a Jerry Garcia album there, and then this is the Rolling Stones. And so I know what all this stuff looks like, and I glance at it, and I memorize it, and then slowly move up here. And then I put my hand on the salt lamp, and I feel the warmth of the lamp. I turn it over. I just kind of look at the different patterns here from the cord. And again, I'm memorizing all these different things. I have just some incense there. There's a cup back there with a ball that I found in a walking meditation, and a plastic cup. And I look at my record player and my old phone that doesn't work. I memorize this little, I don't even know what this is, but I imagine seeing those here. And then I just go up to my bookshelf and I look at these different books, and I try to remember each of them. And you'll notice I have these two in the middle here, Think and Grow Rich and The Alchemist. So my number is 44. So I always also open this book to page 44, which is Desire, by the way. The chapter in Think and Grow Rich is called Desire. There's page 44. You notice I found a four-leaf clover once last spring, and I put it in here. But also what I love about this, when I open it, really what I look at most is allow yourself no retreat. Right? It goes into desire. So I look at that, and I remember that's pretty much all I memorized to have on this in my visualization. And then I go back up to The Alchemist here, and I open that one as well. And we go to page 44. Difficult to do when holding the phone as well. But what I love about here is the one thing it says is that he was shaken into wakefulness by someone. And so I utilize that as a remembering thing as well. And that's it. That's what I'm done for the day. So that is my visualization daily, my daily visualization. I hope it was as exciting for you as it was for me. And that's where we are today. Day 22, 0 out-of-body experiences, 2 lucid dreams. We are going into a brand new day. So we will see what day 23 brings. As always, I appreciate you following along. I appreciate you making time to share some time and space with me here today. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. In the meantime, thank you for being you. And I'll see you on the other side.